Greetings, people. You are the reviews. Right now, this is actually the television review section of the show. This fall season has begun, and it has kicked off with Boardwalk Empire, one of my favorite shows that I like to watch. Sadly, this is the final season. It's season 5. The first episode came out, last night, and believe you me, it's an amazing episode. But before I get into this, my co-host Irv is here with me. She hasn't watched it yet. She's a big fan of the show, so I'm not going to spoil it for her. I'm not going to spoil it for everybody. I'm just going to give you some few points of what I liked about it, not really getting too much into detail, so you guys can watch it for yourself. But first and foremost, I mean, this is basically the last season. All good things come to an end, and what they're really focusing on is Nucky's evolving. Like right now, this season, it shows how Nucky came about. It has some flashback sequences, so you get to see like an inside in Nucky's life, or how he met the Commodore, how he started to work his way up in the ranks in Atlantic City, get into the position where he got. So you've seen some backtracks, and I also see what he's trying to do currently, which is because since it's like about a couple of years ahead, into the future, Prohibition is about to end. Great Depression and all that stuff, everything collapsed, so people need to start buying liquor again legally, and that's what it's all about. So the government is about to amend this legislation that liquor is illegal to end Prohibition. So Nucky wants to be the first guy in line basically to start importing Bacardi rum. So this is basically him trying to get legit in the game, and it also focuses on the side characters that everybody loves. You get to find out what eventually happened to Arnold Rothstein. You get to find out what's going on with Joe Mazzaria, and of course Lucky Luciano's rise to power, and you get to see also what happens to Maya Lansky. Little bits and pieces. They don't focus on Al Capone yet because it's just the first episode, so you don't see what's going on. Yeah, you don't really see what's going on yet. And another thing, they don't really focus on to even Eli, because that's Nucky's brother. Now he's in Chicago because exiled from the family, because of course he betrayed his brother in the last episode of the last season.
What did he do?
He was supposed to set up the meeting because the guy said that he wanted to he knew that his son killed the guy, and he knew that Nucky covered it up, so he was trying to threaten him about the son. But he eventually killed the FBI agent, but of course Nucky found out Nucky was going to kill him. His son came in, but that's going into like how that's. But the thing is, how it even correlates like with the last season is like you get to see, of course, the previous season, kind of like a little bit of stuff before they lead up into the episode. And you get to see like how it left, and then now it's of course a few years later, Prohibition's about to end, and you get to see what's going on with certain people. Chalky White, of course, makes an appearance. You get to see Chalky White in prison, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. You guys need to watch it. You get to see what happens after that. So of course that Chalky has an agenda right now, and his agenda is to get Narcisse, because that's you can see it in his face. That's all he's thinking about. You know what I mean? You can just see it in his face. That's his priority. I mean, as far as pros, this episode it starts off not literally with a bang, but it starts off showing little glimpses into Nucky's past, and also gives you a better understanding of where he's trying to be now, what he's trying to do, get legit. It even focuses on his ex-wife, Margaret Thompson, or whatever her last name is now. So a little bit of stuff in here that was kind of surprising. That scene was kind of nice. How it kicked off with her, like literally started with a bang. So when you see how it works, you just watch it. I mean, it's really good. I mean, like I said, Boardwalk Empire can't do a lot of wrong for me. I think it just works seamlessly. It's like some fact with a little bit of fiction, and it just works. I mean,
I think it's one of the only shows that from season to season has been consistent.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, as far as like something that I watch that always surprises me, and you get to see these characters evolve, and you get to see them eventually meet them end at a certain point. You just get to see how these things get put together, and that's something what I really like about it. It just works. It's just seamless. And the thing is, comparing it to last season with this new episode, that this is going to be like a little bit of reflection, and just to find out what happens at the end, where it all goes, where does he stand, and of course the evolving of the rest of the characters, Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, what happens to them at the end. I just want to see like how far it goes, and where do they take it. So it's the final season. I'm gonna keep on doing reviews every week about this. And I mean, also, like I said, the fall TV, you know, season is out, so you're going to be looking forward to more content of some shows that I'm going to be reviewing, so look out for those as well. But as far as like technical aspects, you know, you can't go any wrong with this. These people, they know what they're doing. It's filmed wonderful. I like how they kind of edit the flashbacks with a nice, you know, with a nice transition, like a nice cross dissolve, just show you that it's kind of like a dream sequence coming into like the real sequence. So it's edited nice, it looks good, you know, shot it well, no complaints from me. Few cons, I'd really be nitpicking if I picked out a few cons there, because it's just working. The story's working. It's basically a 1 hour show. You can't fit everything into 1 hour. This is like a huge, a long movie, guys. Just like, you know, a 13 hour, 10 hour movie. So it's gonna take its time to develop, and the story is gonna develop, and they're on the right track. That's what I see. Boardwalk Empire, you guys are on the right track. I'm sad to see you guys go. You guys are on the right track.
We gotta take a shot on the last episode.
Yeah, of course we're going to take a farewell shot for the episode. Yeah, well, yeah, we'll just definitely buy Bacardi. We're going to get to the feature, but definitely, I mean, yeah, Boardwalk Empire can't do no wrong. I mean, and another thing, guys, we don't really rate episodes, you know, out of 10. What we normally do is at the end of the season, we'll kind of give it like a general rating of how that whole season, you know, did, and then what I'll do is just a general consensus from season 1, you know, to the season 5, and just kind of how the whole thing flows together and how it was done in its entirety. So we'll do a rating for that as well. So guys, do remember also to follow us on Twitter at Yardy Reviews, and also email us, people. You know, we're looking for comments, we're looking for reviews, how we can make the show better, how we can, you know, do things better to, you know, make the show more enjoyable to you guys. Send us suggestions, comments, anything you guys want me to review or talk about. Me and Irv, we're willing to talk about it, so please send us those emails. That's yardy.reviews@gmail.com. And like I said, guys, Comic-Con coming soon in October. Look out for us. We're going to be covering it. It's going to be Comic-Con coverage, bringing London Comic-Con to you guys, so definitely look out for that. Right now, this is me and Irv signing out. Look for me again next week for another episode, reviewing, you know, season 5 episode 2. See you guys. Yardy Reviews. Take care.